Now, Greg here from Just Let Me Travel, and we are going to have a little roofing project today. A little seal up the seams thing to go on. We don't have any leaks, but I've read, the worst thing you can do for your RV is get a leak on the roof. So I'm gonna get a step ahead of the game. So for cleaning, I'm gonna just use some glass cleaner. I'm gonna wipe that off with some baby wipes and a bucket of just clear water, and just wipe off any residue. Then we're going to be using the EternaBond as RV tape. So we'll see how all this goes. I've read a lot of reviews. Some people have had it on their RVs for about 8 years and they're still successful. So let's see how this thing goes. Okay, here's going to be my method. Not saying it's right or wrong or how you should or shouldn't. I'm going to spray just a little Windex on like this. Take one of these Huggies little baby wipes. Just kind of scrub it up a little bit. You can already see that's cleaning that up nice. Just scrub it, get it clean. Then I'm going to take a wet cloth that's got water on it to get all the residue off. So just make sure I got a nice, good, clean surface to work from. I'll try to get another angle of that. There you go. Just get it nice and clean. I'm also going to, I believe, take these screws out as I go down and then put them back. I'm going to lap the tape over the edge here, and then I'm going to put the screw back in to hold it together. So again, just spraying just a little bit of spray on there. Taking the baby wipe, clean it up a little bit with the baby wipe. You can see the dirt that's coming off there. Wipe it with a baby wipe. Take the damp cloth, rub it with a damp cloth. Get the residue off, nice and clean. And of course this I'm not worried about. This is like metal. One thing you want to try to take care of is the rubber roof or EPDM type of roof. So that's one thing I'm making sure that I don't leave any residue on that. And then after it dries, I'll come back and put the tape on, and I'll show you guys some of the taping procedures. So you can see the difference, just that right there, how dark that is. And just scrubbing it with just a little baby wipe. Clean that all up real good so we got a good surface to work from. Alright, more to follow, people. Okay, you may be asking now, why are you going through all this trouble of cleaning this up and putting tape on it when your roof doesn't even have a leak? Well, this caulk has a tendency to wear out. Now, if you can see there's some little holes, and then if you look here on the side, you can see where it's starting to crack. And that's just from weather, being outdoors all the time, and I store my unit uncovered. And of course we're planning on going full time, so then we'll be out all the time. Anyway, the point behind this is once you put the tape on, you don't have to maintain this anymore. It'll stay sealed. You don't have to pull this caulk out, replace the caulk, every year and a half. So that's the reason I'm going through all this trouble doing this now, to seal up the roof and keep it completely sealed in, so that hopefully we don't ever have any leaks on this unit. So I also wanted to mention I'm using lots of water, so I'll clean a little section by about a foot or so, and I go down, rinse the rag out in a bucket of clean water, and after that water gets good and dirty, and not good and dirty, just mildly dirty, I will take that and dump it out and put fresh water in it. That way I can keep cleaning the top that way with the rag. video, I also want to throw in, your windows. Make sure you caulk up real good around those. That tape looked a little better. I wouldn't mind using it around the windows too, because you can already see I did this last year with the clear silicone, and you can see like right here there's already a little hole starting to develop. So all it takes is running down the road and water just getting forced into that hole, and it's just going to go right on in. So got to keep a real close eye on these things if you want to keep your camper dry. Okay, I almost was thinking about taking this off, but I've decided I'm just going to snug these screws down and then just overlap just the edge of the screw. That way the water will just fall off the edge of the screw and won't have a chance to get back along that top little edge right there. And I'm noticing as I'm going along here that these are just a little loose, so you can take about maybe a half crank on it. I wouldn't crank down real hard, just enough just to snug them down. And I'll do that all. When you peel this off, it's very sticky on itself, so be real careful that you don't let it touch itself once you get started. I'm going to start with this one little corner. I'm just kind of pulling off a little piece here about the size I want, and I'm going to cut it with a razor blade and attach it here. Because I'm standing up on a ladder, I'm not going to try to videotape this. I'm just going to take a clip here, and then I'll take a clip after. Okay, as I said, I'm just overlapping the edges of those screws, so that if I ever do need to get to them, it won't be too hard to get them back out of there. And so I'm just coming around the edge, and I'm starting at the bottom, pressing it down. So you just, it adheres by pressing. When you press, it causes the glue to release inside this stuff and makes it stick. So I'm just rubbing it down like that with my fingers and starting from the bottom, and I'm going to work it over to the top like this. Just working out the bubbles as I go over. And I cut a little relief here because it cuts down, so you just cut a little tiny slot there to where it'll bend over or curve around the spot there. I think it looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth. Got a couple of little tiny crinkles up there, but nothing bad. And this tape really sticks to itself, so take your time, go slow. Start at the bottom, roll it over the top. It worked really well. And now I can tell you, I feel like that corner will last or outlast the roof on this trailer. If this tape does what everybody says it's going to do, it should last a good long time and protect that edge. And I'm hoping also, as an after fact, if some of that black that sometimes runs down and makes streaks, that hopefully it'll help alleviate a bunch of that as well.